So here's a question to consider when you're starting a copywriting business or when you're refining your current copywriting business. Do I have to offer all types of copy as a copywriter? Hey you, I'm Sarah Turner. I'm a freelance medical copywriter and copywriting mentor. And I want to talk about this a little bit because I think it's really important and sometimes gets kind of brushed under the rug or people just don't pay attention to it. And it's an important question because at the end of the day, you might find that there are some pieces of copy you really enjoy writing more than other types. So maybe you are just getting started, or maybe you've dipped your toe in and you've tried a few different things. And now you're getting to a point where you're starting to have preferences. First of all, that's a good thing. And the short answer to this question is no. You do not have to offer every single type of copy as a copywriter. You just don't. Now, some people might immediately jump into that scarcity mindset and think, oh my gosh, if I don't offer every type of copy, then I'm gonna make it harder for myself to be a successful copywriter. And quite frankly, that's just not true. There are a lot of businesses that require or need a particular type of copy more than others. One that really comes to mind for me, and probably because it's a personal favorite, is email copywriting. There are a lot of e-commerce brands, for example, that do a lot of email marketing. They may run ads from time to time, but ultimately the main thing they need is email marketing. You might also specialize in something like sales page writing or landing pages because those are direct response and require a conversion. Because those are direct response and have a conversion rate, they can be extremely lucrative and profitable for copywriters. So you might decide to just specialize in those. The thing is when you choose a particular type of copy and you really stick to it, you can actually become very, very good at that one type of copy. And also, let me tell you, if you are writing in a type of copy that you enjoy, it's going to make your work so much better and it's going to flow a lot easier. You will still have difficult days of writing because we all do, but considering refining what you offer can really make all the difference and if you enjoy your day-to-day as a copywriter or not. Truly, one of my best pieces of advice I have for you is to do more of the energizing work and to delegate or stop altogether the draining work that you do, because your energy is a dynamic resource, which means when you're doing more energizing stuff, you're gonna feel better, it's gonna come a little bit more easily, and if you offload as much of the draining stuff, it's gonna do the same thing. So take time in your business to really look at it and reflect, what are the things that I really enjoy doing? So as you're kind of mulling over this question, I wanna give you a few things to consider. I think it's a good idea to try all different types of copy and don't let that direct response copy scare you away. You may find that you actually really enjoy it because you get direct feedback, i.e. conversion numbers and things like that, to know if your copy is doing well. So try different types of copy when you're first starting out and really try all of it. Website copy, landing pages, ad copy, all of it, because you might be surprised. Some people think that they're gonna like short form copy like ads or emails, and then they come to find out that they really love white papers and that they really excel at it. So try to give every type of copy a go because you never know what is really going to speak to you. This leads me to my next point. Don't be afraid to try new different types of copy. So if you are studying copy, you will be surprised to find out that a lot of the techniques and strategy apply across all different types of copy. So don't let the idea that you've never written a white paper before or something like that stop you from even getting started, because you've gotten here from figuring a lot of things out on your own already. So I'm sure you can do it with whatever type of copy is kind of catching your eye. One of my favorite things to do is to reach out to somebody who is an expert in that field. For example, when I wrote my first white paper, I reached out to a white paper copywriter and paid them, hired them essentially, to review my white paper and to give me feedback on it. It was such an incredible learning experience, and it's such a great way to get better at writing a particular type of copy more quickly. The next thing I want you to keep in mind is your income goals. Now, the biggest culprit to having a low monthly income as a copywriter are lots of little projects. So the more that you can go for higher ticket projects, meaning more direct response copy, things that have a direct conversion rate, meaning they can look at it and say, oh, this resulted in X number of dollars of sales. That type of copy is going to be so much better for your bottom line. Not to mention, every project comes with associated admin tasks. So the more that you can kind of bundle together, and this might look like bundling all different types of copy needed into a funnel, things like that. That's going to really bring up your secret hourly rate, i.e. what you're kind of making, because you should be tracking how long things are taking you and what that kind of breaks down to. But it's going to bring all of that up. So definitely find that nice balance between your own income goals and the type of copy you really enjoy writing. And make no mistake, even some of the shorter form copy like emails are one of my favorite types of copy to write. Those can have direct response numbers. You know, if it's leading into a sales page or if you are actually leading somebody to a cart straight from the email, that can be direct response copy. But try and make it a part of a bigger overall plan or marketing goal, and that will naturally bring up the value of the copy you're writing. The next thing I want you to keep in mind is that some types of copy might not fit your overall lifestyle or work goals. Now, sometimes people find that they really love long form copy, but only writing a few of them per month. So maybe you're going to set up a VIP day where you work with people who want that instant gratification of quick turnaround times, and you're only going to do landing pages, for example. So if you are going to set up your business so that you work that way, you're going to have to always be making sure that you're bringing on clients and client acquisition. So keep in mind the different ways that you can structure your freelance business to kind of meet that lifestyle goal. Sometimes one of the benefits of taking on higher ticket, larger projects like white papers, landing pages, things like that, is you may only have to write a few a month, sometimes even one. I know some white paper copywriters who make $10,000 per white paper, and then they only really write one a month. So that's totally an option for you. Keep in mind there's a lot of different ways you can structure things. The main takeaway here, though, is to really try and stay away from lots of lower ticket items. And finally, keep in mind that whatever type of copy you choose to focus on is really going to define what your ideal client looks like. Again, if you want to focus on emails, you might want to go after somebody who's more heavily focused on email marketing, and that might be e-commerce people. You know, it can also be doctors who have online stores, or it could be parenting. It's really just important to keep in mind that your type of copy will kind of help you identify who your ideal client is. So they may already have an email marketing strategy in place. That might be an ideal client. If you are going to write white papers, for example, then you might want to look in the B2B world. You might want to find people who are selling really expensive products like medical supplies, things like that. If you are going to focus on blogs, then you're going to want to look for people who are interested in playing the long game, who want to have an SEO strategy. And you want to obviously be making sure that you are writing it with some sort of end goal in mind, or else it's just content. So making sure it's leading them to a next step in a funnel, or you can even lead them straight to a sales page or have them opt into your email list. But that's going to also help you figure out who would be interested in this type of service. Oftentimes, those are solo entrepreneurs, people who have a smaller team, who will see the value in paying upfront for something like a blog that will go ahead and build momentum, i.e. bringing in traffic to their website for years to come. So keep this in mind. You might decide as a copywriter that you want to go after a particular type of copy. I know that over the years, my focus has absolutely shifted. I started with websites and blogs, and now I mostly focus on emails and ad copy. I find them to be shorter, more conversational, and a lot of fun. But one thing I will say is I learned so much in writing longer form copy, because writing longer form copy made me really focus on strategies and techniques and really stretch and hone my skills as a copywriter. If I had to do it all again, I would never skip that part. I would never go into short copy right away because I learned so much in writing other types of copy. So just know that you're always growing your skill set, you're always going to be getting better, and that the journey is part of what makes this so enjoyable. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you like this. Leave for me in the comments what's your favorite type of copy. Have you been considering focusing on one type of copy? And of course, please don't forget to subscribe. It means so much to me, guys. Thanks for being here.